Hello, welcome back. On a personal level, this has been a week from hell, and so there's no vlog because there was really not much to vlog. So I decided I would share with you the 3 cases that I personally purchased for my iPhone 16 Pro Max since getting the phone, why I purchased them, what I like about them, and how I use them, and why I think that you probably do need all 3. I mean, I do believe your phone needs a wardrobe. You change your clothes every day. Why not change your iPhone case every now and again as well? As far as like a life update, I have learned through just trial and error that if I'm doing a review on something or I'm talking about a product, I cannot bring in my personal life. And if I'm doing a vlog, I can't review a product. So people that tune in to look at products do not want to know about me personally or anything that's been going on in my life. And people that have been following kind of the lifestyle, stuck in the middle, being that sandwich generation, don't really want to hear about products and services. So this is just purely a product because the life is it's not good. All right, so I have cases from 3 different manufacturers, and these are the cases that I purchased on my own. They were not gifted to me. This is not any kind of like an influenced, paid kind of a deal. Some of these companies have reached out to me since purchasing, and more because of the lifestyle. That's the interesting thing, more because of the lifestyle as opposed to product reviews. But I'm just gonna share with you, oh, I'm getting a phone call. Hold up. The phone works as a phone. Back to what I was saying before. These are the 3 cases that I chose out of, and I've had hundreds of cases. I used to write for iPhone Life magazine, and I also did a bunch of tech reviews for like independent blogs. So I was gifted cases a lot, and I also, work in tech at my school. And so I've had experience with a lot of cases. These are my top 3, and these are the only 3 brands that I purchased for my new iPhone 16 Pro Max. So the first one, I'm gonna go in the order of my purchasing. That's how I'm gonna do it. All right, so the first company that I purchased a case from, please note that I didn't buy any actual Apple cases. I don't dislike Apple cases. I had purchased Apple cases for my phone in the past for every other phone that I had. The reason I didn't like the woven one at all. Like I just didn't like it. It felt flimsy. I did not like it at all. And the silicone ones, they're very like tactilely satisfying, but I didn't feel that they offered a lot of protection, and the prices just keep going up and up and up. I just didn't feel that they were worth the money, and I didn't use them often enough to make them worth the money. So that's why I didn't purchase any official Apple cases. The first iPhone case brand that I purchased from was a company called Casetify. Now, if you watch a lot of review videos, you will find out that Casetify does give away a lot of cases to influencers. But lucky for you, I am not an influencer. I'm just like a mom. And so why did I purchase Casetify cases? First off, it's because they have a wide variety of different patterns and graphics that you can get on the case. I thought this one was particularly classy. I think it's hard when you're not you're not young. Like you're not young anymore. Finding an iPhone case that is appropriate, you're going into meetings. You don't want to have, there are certain things you just don't want to have on the back of your iPhone case. So I thought this one was pretty classy. It's not plain, obviously, but it has something. It's just a flower pattern. It just stood out to me with the red and the pink flowers. And the reason why I purchased this case is because it is MagSafe compatible. You can see right here. And if you've been paying attention to some of my vlogs, I do have the MagSafe tripod that I use in my classroom when I'm filming in there, because for a lot of my videos, I do use my phone. And also in my car, if you've seen my vlogs, you can see I use the MagSafe compatible holder in my car as well, and that'd be for filming videos, but more likely for directions, like actually getting from point A to point B, because my car is a 2012 and it doesn't have a computer actually in the car that will have sat nav in it. So I'm dependent on my phone. I'm old school like that. So the reason why I purchased a Casetify case was 1, for the protection. 2, previously These cases were very heavy, but of the recent styles that they've had, so I would say last year with the iPhone 15 and 15 Pro Max, and then this one, they are much lighter and very compatible. There is a place over here if you wanted to add a charm or a wristlet. That does come in handy if, you know, you're walking around a classroom, or you're on a field trip with a bunch of kids, or you're watching your child's soccer game. Like, yeah, that does really come in handy. So it has a designated spot for a wrist strap. I do own a few wrist straps from String Ting London, the original, the OG wrist strap for iPhones, and I do love those, but I don't have one attached to this particular case at the moment. It is fairly protective around the camera. And I feel like this case, they have a whole bunch. They've got the bounce case, they have the neutral cases, they have ones that are way more protective but heavier and larger than this one. And my phone is fairly heavy on its own. I will just show you how it goes in there. 1 second. So here's my phone, and easily snaps into the case. This is what it looks like. It does not add a whole lot of bulk. This is a great case. I feel like my phone is very protected. It has spots down here for your ports and for your speaker. This was the first case I purchased simply because it does have the MagSafe compatibility, and the other 2 cases that I purchased do not, surprisingly. The second case that I purchased, I've been purchasing this brand again probably since they came out. Every single one of my phones, and sometimes more than one case for my phones, is a company that I don't hear talked about as often. It's called Loopy. And this is not MagSafe compatible. It is not wireless charging compatible, even though I think on the website they say that it is. It is not. They also say that this loop does not add any extra bulk. I firmly disagree. This loop is very bulky, and this is not a small bag kind of, you know, case. Like, if you have a mini bag, don't carry this. This one comes in handy when you don't want to have like a wrist strap or a phone strap, and you just want to make sure that you can hold your phone. Okay. The loop is on the inside. You can exchange the loops, change out the loops. You know, I don't have the urge to do that yet again, but you could have a whole collection of loops. They have a bunch of different styles. And again, I do feel that it's like, we're good. We're good, right? I think that this is an essential case to have with you. I love the fact that it is easy to use and it feels very safe and secure. And it is kind of different. I also got these camera bezel protectors from Loopy. So sold separately, obviously, but that's where I got those. I ordered them probably just to get free shipping. I'm not going to lie. Like, I don't think I really needed them. I think it was, I'm not going to order a loop to get free shipping. So I ordered the camera bezel protectors. This is what I will take with me if I'm going on a field trip, because I feel like it's very convenient. It's very handy, fits in my hand. I know a lot of people claim that they keep their phones in their hands and not in their pockets or not in their bag. I keep my phone in my bag most of the time, but there are instances where this does come in handy. Football games, field trips, soccer games, definitely. I really like the little loop on the back here. Easy to take on and off. That's another thing that it's a whole thing. I had on a case, I think it was from Amazon. I think it was just like a random Amazon case that was too tight on my phone, and it broke the volume button on my iPhone 15 Pro Max so that it stuck, and now Apple would not accept it as a trade-in. So they had to send my Apple 15 Pro Max back. I have to get the volume button fixed at Apple, and then I can trade it in after I do that. Crazy. All right. Last but not least, this one came as a recommendation from my students. It is from Wildflower. Wildflower was a case company that I hadn't really heard about, but it is wildly popular with teenagers. It's one of the good things about teaching. My wildflower case has this poppity style kind of a thing on the back. Again, not MagSafe compatible, but because this part of the case is so thin, it really sits flush with the phone. So in many ways, this is my slimmest case. And if I was going to put on one of these, this one has the double-sided suction cups. And so I can take it off and put it back on. But if I was gonna put on one of these, and I did feel like this was a nice little accessory, this particular case was the one that I wanted to do it with because it does, if you can see, the lip of the case extends from the very back of the case. So really what's protecting your phone in this instance is this ridge around the outside and not the actual case itself. The case back here is just really for decoration and scratch protection, whereas if you're gonna drop it, it's this black portion that's gonna save your phone. The thing that bothered me about these cases in the past was how exposed the camera is, and so I'm glad that I do have that little protective camera bezel up there, but honestly, I've never hurt my phone. This is probably the second or third wildflower. I definitely had one for, I think I had one for my 14, 15, and now 16. So I've dropped my phone several times and my phone has never been damaged when it's been in this case, unlike some other cases that I didn't repurchase. I've broken screen protectors. So I do feel that this case is protective, not ultra protective, like don't go throwing it off of a building. And I say that because I've watched students throw things off of buildings. We have a 2-story at our school. I've watched them throw things off of there. So it's not unlikely. It's not like this could legit happen. If you have a high school student, there is a chance that something could get thrown off of a building. But I like this because it is very minimalist. And I did want to have one of these things on it to like put it up on a mirror or any kind of a flat surface, and you can watch videos, or in my case, I want to get more book reviews on TikTok, and I just haven't been able to make myself do that for some reason. So I feel like with this, it'll be very helpful for me because I will be more inclined to just like pop it on the whiteboard, do my book review for TikTok, and then be able to move on. That's at least the goal. So 3 cases that I definitely would endorse: Loopy, Wildflower, and Casetify. I think those are MagSafe, action-packed lifestyle, minimalist, and a good place to put your suction, and or if you're a pop socket person, a pop socket. Those are my 3 recommendations. This is a short video because, like I said, it's just not a good week. It is not a good week. I don't think next week is going to get any better, but I'm going to take you along with me. And so next week will be more vlog style because I'm determined that it's going to be like the good, the bad, and the ugly. The whole thing. Until then, please, please, please keep my family in your prayers. Let's just put it that way. Let's just go with that. Keep us in your prayers, and I will see you next week.